Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our very first stream, the Ultimate Games Master team. This is us. We are the developers of the Ultimate Games Master. So whether you're watching now or watching on catch up, it's good to know who we are and what we do and stuff like that. So if you have any questions, please just ask them in the chat, and we will, if we see it, we will answer it as best as we possibly can. As I say, this is our first stream. We have no clue what we're doing, but hey, that's good. It's always good to not know what we're doing. It makes it more natural. So anyway, I'll just introduce myself. I am Justin Heisman. I am the developer for the Ultimate Games Master and Nonagon 3. Nonagon 3 is our company, and the Ultimate Games Master is our big product that we are launching via a Kickstarter on July 27th, next Tuesday. So that's really exciting for us. It's a product we've been working on for about 3 years. So I'm the research and development director. So I kind of steer where the product goes and stuff like that. But we all have our little roles in the team. So yep, I'm Justin. I'm the R&D director, and I'm going to move now on to that way. Stuart.
Hello. I'm Stuart. I am the social director, which means that I do words and stuff. Mostly I do social posts, storytelling, bit of promo work, and generally fill in wherever I can, because I'm neither a programmer nor an artist or a 3D artist as the rest of the team. So I tend to fill in where I can, general dog's body, T-boy, anything like that, and yeah, some social media stuff.
Very cool. So that's Stuart. Stuart is he's kind of our front end to all you guys, which is brilliant. Got a question already. Okay, gonna hit you guys with the first question. Why this app over others? Even there are others. Just simply, what does your app do best? Okay. Our app is we'll get on to Pete and Andy in a minute, but our app was born out of frustration of having multiple different things, different devices for different things. So when I'm GMing a game, I had all my map stuff, I had all my campaign notes, I had my books, my official books and the campaign that we were running. I also had a tablet running my sound and lighting. And being a developer, I thought, let's see what I can do. And I one day went away, sort of in between games, and created a very raw version of the Ultimate Games Master, which kind of it put everything into one app. So it then was from one place I could control the sound and everything. What does our app do best? It makes my life as a GM really easy. Makes it so much easier than a lot of the other apps that are out there. Our encounter builder is very, very stable, and it really makes life really quick for me to build up encounters and run an encounter. The other thing is our app will run as an online game like most out there. It will also run as an offline game, so you can play completely offline with your players, or you can run as a LAN party. So if you've got a router, you can all just connect to that router where it's not connected to the internet and still play a network game. So that's kind of a pretty cool thing that UGM does. It also has.
It's very useful for us.
Yeah. So who does someone want to say how it is for a player?
Oh, I'll go for it.
Go on in.
Yeah, as a player, it's really easy because you've got everything on the screen in one go. You've got your character sheet. You can cast. Yeah, as Stuart showed.
Yeah, there's our character sheet.
Sadly out of focus, but
well, we do our best.
Yeah, everything you need that would normally be on a bit of paper you've got on one screen, but behind all that you've then got all the spell descriptions, your wild shape if you're a druid, all your attacks, all your equipment, everything in one simple place, so you don't have to have lots of bits of paper to trawl through when you want to just go into an encounter.
Yeah, and the cool thing about when you're playing a connected game, and there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do as a player. You can send messages to each other so that I don't know what's going on, or I can send messages. Yeah.
That's my favourite right there.
Yeah, I can create things like I can create handouts which will go and is stored on your character sheet, so you can create a map or maybe some hieroglyphics or something, scroll it out on a bit of paper, scan it in, and you've got that, and you can send it to your characters and they've got that, or you can just type it in. It depends on how interesting you want it.
Yeah, occasionally your evil sword can speak to you quietly. None of the rest of the party can hear.
Yes, that's been fun.
GM sending you really, really twisted messages
from
your evil
from
sword,
the sword.
Why would a GM do that ever?
He blames the sword anyway.
Yeah, so I mean, there's quite a few different. Well, there's a lot of things that I think makes UGM stand out above what's already out there. And our development plan, we've got masses of development plan going on in the background, and it's just getting better and better and better. I mean, at the moment, it does so much. We'll get on to demoing a little bit of that in a moment. So let's, I hope that answers your question, Mastermind. Let's go to Pete.
Hi, I'm Peter, lead artist.
Resident Bard.
And yeah, in our campaign, I'm the Bard, which is remarkable for me as a person because I have a singing talent of a dead fish. I can testify to that fact, but I won't here. I really enjoy using the app personally because I have what I need in one place. I kind of like it, but I don't like it because our GM, or Justin as it were, can control my health points. You can take health points off if you want, so I can do it myself. You know, so you can sort of control that as much as you like as a GM within the app, and I think that's quite a cool thing to do. Plus, you know, some of the effects. We have one effect which I'm sure you'll demo later, which is just down to the fact that we are masters of the bad punnage when it comes down to playing our game.
Yeah.
Talk about that afterwards.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of the artwork. I've done a lot of the artwork within the app, a lot of the buttons that you'll be pushing, a lot of the icons.
The splash screen that's behind our...
Yeah, I did the splash screen as well, which is our 4 original characters. I myself am a wizard who unfortunately is blocked out, but you might see some resemblance to Stuart's character there, whose shoulder is showing through in the middle. Podray the Mighty, was it, Stu?
Yes, that's what he called himself. I don't think anybody else ever referred to him as that, but you know, that's what he called himself.
Yeah. So when it comes down to the Kickstarter itself, I'll be doing the character art, which we're going to be showing at some point over the weekend. We'll be posting something for you guys to see in case you're interested. So one of the rewards is also, you know, getting some artwork done by, I would say, a professional artist, amongst other things.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then that brings us on to Andy. So Andy, tell everyone what do you do for UGM?
Hello, I'm Andy. I'm the 3D artist. Yeah, I've got it passed through training now, and texture designer. I've done most of the whatever Pete hasn't done has been down to me in the app for the visuals. Yeah, working on future stuff that should be really good, and bits and pieces for the Kickstarter, which I'm sure we'll cover at a later date, including some maps and a coin for some of the Kickstarter rewards. Don't worry, I'm just having to wrangle some cats here.
Which is why he plays a druid in our...
That is, yes. I am a druid. I am a druid. Unfortunately, I should be a mage or I should be a wizard with some familiars, but I am a druid, so I make the most of it.
Yeah. And Andy's been working on some of our future products that we're looking at. We've kind of shown some images of those on some of the other interviews and streams that we've done. So that's really cool. And don't forget, if anyone has any more questions, please just bundle it in the chat, and we will get round to answering them. So yeah. So guys, why did we do this Kickstarter? What was the reasoning behind it?
Well, you know, the app is amazing. Let's not beat around the bush. We're not selling ourselves short. It is a really good app.
Yep.
Well, let's. I mean, I know you're laughing, Justin, but let's be honest. It is a really good app. And we think that a lot of people can benefit from it. You know, we want to share this app with them. We're not giving it away, but you know, we want to share it with people.
It is.
That's one reason.
It's a bundle of features that keeps on giving. The app itself has almost anything that as a GM you'd want to do, you can do, because it was born out of Justin's frustration of things that as a programmer and as a games master he wanted to do but couldn't in other apps and other things. So he designed them, everything that he wanted. He thought, well, I can make it do this, so I've got an idea to make it do that. So it's evolved into a really feature-rich package of things for your GM to do and a way to make it really immersive for your players. And it's become fantastic. It's something that makes our games night absolutely amazing, even through lockdown where we've been separated remotely. I mean, Pete, our artist, currently lives in Germany, and has always been playing remotely, apart from the very few occasions when we've managed to get you over. And so part of it was being able to have him not just appear on the screen, but appear in the app, appear in the game. You can see his character, you can interact with that. It's just a really feature-rich product, and we want to be able to share that with everyone. And so the reason we're doing a Kickstarter is, one, to raise the profile of it, to get it out there, to get people to see it, and two, to raise the funds that we need to launch it properly, to get it out to enough people, to pay for the servers, which Justin will go into in a bit, and about the sort of technical stuff and how amazingly resilient it is and how rock steady we've had it, which it is. And yeah, the main idea is to basically, we're going to do a Kickstarter so that we can launch this product to you in a way that shows it off to its best light, and so that you can share in all the fun things that we currently have in our game, and everyone else we've shown the game to has gone, wow, when can I have that? How can I have that? I want that in my game. And so the Kickstarter is to raise funds to enable us to bring this app to everyone.
Yeah. We've got another question, which I think is another question that works towards you, Stu. Because Stu's working on this particular area, and it's another question, if that's okay. How system agnostic is the app? Is it only D&D based, or can it be used with every system? Are there certain features tailored to specific systems?
Right, well, at the moment it is, currently we're running it with D&D 5e. It's works with, this is our 5th edition character sheet. Although it is completely system agnostic, it will run with almost anything you could possibly want to run. What we do is we run it through game sets. So this is our 5.1 game set, based on the open source 5.1 SRD. We are currently developing the Pathfinder, D&D 3.5 and Starfinder game sets, and a couple of other independent game sets for a couple of fantastic independent RPG creators that we're working with. But yeah, it will be coming to every flavour of RPG, as long as there's either some sort of open source document that we can utilise without, somebody suing us for all of our houses, which I'd kind of like to avoid. But yeah, if there's a source document that we can use, that we can design a character sheet, a game set, a monster compendium around, that's fine. We're working towards that, and we should hopefully, by the time the Kickstarter is ready to roll out, have support for D&D, Pathfinder 1, possibly 2, probably 2. Justin's smiling at me. It'll be 2, and Starfinder. And as I say, and a couple of the other independent ones we're working with, if we can get those up to speed. Yeah. But I think it's system agnostic as you'd like.
Yeah, I think the beauty of what we've done is the fact that the rule system is completely open. So if there's a system out there that you use that we've never heard of, then you can add your own stuff to it. I mean, if you've bought the rule books and everything, you can add your own game sets. You're not tied to what we produce ourselves. You can add your own game sets with your own compendiums, your own rule system, completely. So you're not tied to anything. What was you going to say, Andy?
I was going to say the same thing as you, really, pretty much. That if you've got a game set that you've been working on for many years that's based on 5.1. If we haven't included it, it's so customizable that you can edit everything that's in there to suit your means.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that was one of the main features. I mean, when we originally created it, I the game we were playing was a 5e game. We was so it was kind of worked around that. But then from then that we decided that we have to make it system agnostic and would completely open. The database is a very open database. It runs on text files anyway, so absolutely any part of the app can be changed. From things like the look of it, every single graphic can be updated. If you don't like what Pete's done, you don't need to use it. You can.
Hang on a second.
But you
it's
can.
Fair though. If you've got your own
can.
artwork that you want to enroll in it, if you want to change the look of my buttons, well, fine, lovely. If you want to, you can. That's fine.
Yeah. See, I think the good thing about it is if we've got any kind of game creators out there, they can create their game set with their own themes, can't they? So if they were to then distribute it to other people using UGM, they can distribute it with their own theme, which is great, because then it goes with the product. You created something that's not 5e, Bob's Great Game, and then you have like 10,000 players. They can all run Bob's Great Game with your own graphics. So you can tailor it completely to your own product, which is really good. So any other questions, please just write them. I don't mind, Mastermind, you can ask questions all night. We will answer as much as we possibly can. Just completely open system. Right, so Kickstarter then. Pete, so do you want to talk about what we're doing for Kickstarter? What we're doing maybe throughout August of when it's running?
Well, I mean, the Kickstarter itself, what we're doing for Kickstarter is we're offering different levels of subscription. First of all, we have an early bird coming up, which is, I'm going to say, generous from us, from our point of view.
Gratuitously generous.
It is generous from our point of view. We're offering a very special deal for the app for a very special price. So I would say check it out when it launches, which is next Tuesday,
July the 27th,
4 p.m.
Yeah, British Standard Time, British Summer Time. Good luck at the time zones. But yeah, that's what I recommend is people having a look at that. But we have other stuff at other levels, other price levels as well. We're going to be including some special items that we are working on. Andy mentioned the coin earlier, and we're going to have a special UGM coin made. And we thought about rewards that people would like, but also that would be useful for the game. They'll develop the app a little bit more. And that is really what we'll be working on over August. Summer holidays aren't for us.
Not this year.
We bring away making stuff for the app, for you guys to enjoy, and to share in what we've enjoyed for years now.
Yeah.
And we've been working on this for years, working on it for quite a long time, and
it's been good.
Testing and adding all the time.
Yeah, Andy, do you want to talk about like our visits to the expo and what people have kind of said about what we've taken there?
Yeah, no problem. I mean, we first went to the expo 3-4 years ago now.
Something like that, yeah.
2018, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was about 3 years ago, with just a very, very basic version of it, just to see what people thought about it, get some feedback, see what we could do with it. And the response was, well, we were blown away by it. Couldn't believe how positivity from everyone, saying how much they loved everything that was involved, what we could add to it, making all sorts of suggestions, and the fact that Pete was there painting the dragon helped a little bit as well.
Wasn't all really.
That system agnostic bit came back right from that very first expo. There were a lot of people going, "That's great. I like your 5e character shape. What about this? What about this? What about 3.5?" There was a lot of 3.5 players. There was a lot of
first edition as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah. So that was the first expo, and it went by so fast. us at the end of it. No voices from the amount of people that we were talking to that were just so interested and loving it that we decided we've got to follow on with this. So the next year we went up again with a bigger, better product that was more finished.
We moved into Hall 1.
Moved into Hall 1, had a bigger and better dragon that Pete made beforehand, and was, well, it was definitely a mission to get it up all the way to the expo.
Yeah, I'm Orcman because I love orcs. I love drawing orcs. I love orcs because I think they're much more interesting than elves. Elves are a little bit stuck up, blah blah blah. But dragons, I love a good dragon.
Yeah.
And if you're going to go to an expo, why not make your own? Why not make it own? Why not make it as big as a car, a family car, a big family car? Yeah. Sorry guys. And then bring it.
It's fine. It got everyone talking.
It was
It
great.
got people over.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and yeah, again, the response was just unbelievable as to what we could add to it. What we already had, and by that point we'd added extra features so you can control lighting with it, sounds, music, all the time adding more and more to it. And everyone's still loving it and loving it. Unfortunately, we missed last year due to lockdown. And same again this year. So hopefully next year when we go back, we'll have even bigger, better things to show off for the expo.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to come over and to do that side of it.
Yeah, it was a shame that because we had some really good plans, didn't we?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Which we will be using and executing next year on you, the unsuspecting public.
Yes.
Yeah, so look out for the expo next year.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's an expo, you know, it is running this year, but yeah, it's a shame that we're not going, but we're going to be just too busy, I think.
Yeah.
Way too busy.
And travel restrictions, trying to get Pete over from America, it just...
America?
America?
Fantastic.
I've moved you. Sorry, Germany.
I'm not doing an accent. It's worse enough when we play D&D. I'm not doing an accent now.
Brilliant. But yeah, it's a shame we can't go this year, but you know, it's better to go with when there's a lot less restrictions because of the product. We want people to be, you know, using the product while we're there and sort of touching and feeling it and stuff, you know.
Next time we'll be going with a live product that's been out. We've got people using it, so it'll be a much bigger user base, and hopefully we'll really be able to show it off to its best ability and show you how far it's developed.
Yeah,
we may even have some rewards for people who have the app already who come and say hello.
Yeah,
maybe.
Definitely, yeah. So you know, I think we were planning to do that this time, weren't we? But
we were.
Yeah.
I think it was a toss-up between a special lanyard or a I tried my best badge. One of those. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
By the way, I tried my best badges simply because of Stuart's image on our website. If you haven't checked out our website, what have you been doing? Go and check out the website.
As you noticed, that isn't actually just the way I look normally. I do Photoshop the image a little bit for comedy purposes.
Now we made
only a little bit. As you can see, the beard isn't Photoshopped. That's real. It does get trimmed occasionally when the small animals want to re-nest, but other than that, you know, it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah, it's all good fun.
Yeah. And if you've never photoshopped yourself as a dwarf, I can highly recommend it. Just make your face a little wider, your nose a little bigger, and obviously grow a massive beard.
Yeah. Or stick one on, maybe.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker and easier just to stick one on.
Well, that's what Photoshop's for.
Yeah, that's good. So then, what's our? You know, let's talk about what's our plan after the Kickstarter. So we're looking at you know, once Kickstarter's finished, we've obviously got we've been running our product for years now. So it's you know, there's no risks with our Kickstarter because the product's already there. That's the good thing about it. So you know, whether we just crawl over our target or smash our target, the product's there. So you know, it'd just be a case of after the Kickstarter we're going to give it a good old polish. And
I think we're going to take some time just to redefine some of the elements within it, make some of it a little bit more.
There's a few sort of graphical tweaks, user interface tweaks. I'd like to sort of work on some of the included adventures that we're going to put out there, and some of the artwork and some of the stories. So obviously, you know, we're going to put in some adventures, some pre-done adventures for you to use, which we're working on now. So we'd like to just kind of polish all that and get that ready for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just going to be lots and lots of polishing and.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing, isn't it?
We're going to be working on the resilience and stress testing of the having lots of people playing it online and enjoying it all together.
Yeah, testing the Amazon servers properly.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure they. I mean, like I was saying on the Band of Badgers interview I did yesterday, our servers have been running constantly for 3 years, and we've had no downtime, zero, no downtime at all. So that's pretty good, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is why we have an awesome web developer who understands the importance of some of the key features and makes those decisions to say, right, we're going to go with this product, these Amazon servers, because they're rock solid.
Yeah.
You know, we want to be able to provide a service to people. We want it to go, oh, yeah, is it me? Have I got a problem? Is it connected? Am I online? Is it them? Are they down? I don't know. No, it'll work.
Yeah.
Jobs are good.
Yeah.
It's just a case of giving it a real good test under sort of extreme use, really, isn't it?
Yeah. We're looking forward to seeing everybody using it all at once.
Yeah, which is going to be great.
Looking forward to that. I mean, we're also going to be in August. We're also going to be. I've got some art goals to finish. So for the reward levels, we've got things like posters.
Yeah.
Delicious artwork, which I have some preliminary work, which will go up for people to see in the Kickstarter, and then the real deal will come along as part of the updates that you release through Kickstarter when you're running a Kickstarter. I don't know what everyone has, but you release regular updates to let you guys know what we've been doing. Running around like blue bottomed flies.
Yep.
So you'll be getting regular updates of what things look like, how things are developing, and how it's all going along. And August is going to be a very busy month. Very exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Anyone got any more questions? We like questions. Ask anything. Ask us anything.
Literally
good
anything.
opportunity to ask us whatever you like.
Beards are real.
Yeah. So so we demo. So we go into the demo and
let's
just
show people some features.
Yeah. Let's show it around, shall we? Let's go in here then.
For the beautiful facial features, just show them some artwork.
Turn that off. Right, okay, let's put not that. Move you all back up here. Okay, so let's go into the demo. So this is our main kind of landing screen. This is going to be very complicated to do. So if our stream goes down, my image goes down, please let me know, because my second monitor decided to blow up in the heat this week. So I'd normally be demoing it on one while I'm keeping an eye on things on the other. So
take that stereotype of English is more wet and rainy and nothing else.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is our main landing page. So we go into the player first. Let's have a look at the player. So you go into a player, which is great.
Doors designed by Andy, to say.
Yep, doors were created by Andy. And
those were early recreations. There are much shinier, nicer doors coming soon.
There are. This is where you can choose whether you're going to go into and join a network game or you're going to go on your own. So we're going to go on our own because we're not going to do a network game today. These are my different game sets. So I've got a homebrew game set. I've got that's the system reference. I've got a space one which we've used in the past. That's when I was demoing with Band of Badgers, and this is my normal fantasy one. So we're going to go into this one because I know what we're doing with that one. Then you're going to get your list of characters. So these are all the different characters that are a part of this game set. So we're going to go and choose one. We'll choose Hognar because he's a good one to choose. And this will bring you to our main character sheet. So this, like I say, this is a 5th edition character sheet, and this holds everything you could ever want to use on a character. So you've got all your ability stats at the top. You've got your skill sets, your combat stats, and all your combat and stuff like that. Clicking on your portrait gives you all your character details. So this is all the kind of fluff that around your character. So it's all of their like organizations, their personality, their ideals, bonds, flaws, allies, and all stuff like that. So you've got all the...
Does it mention my flaws there?
I am too enamored of ale, wine, and other intox. So yeah,
That's some real role play.
so this is your all of your kind of stuff to do with your character, personal, the personal details, and then you've got your equipment button, and that's got all your equipment that you've got there. Then you've got your magic, and you've got your enhancements. We put enhancements kind of contains all of your traits, your feats, and your class features and stuff like that. It puts it all in one place, but you just toggle through them by clicking on the header there. So where it says half orc traits, you just click on that and it will just take you through. So he's got the feat of Polearm Master, and he's got his paladin features there as well. And then we go back to his half orc traits. So you've got everything there that you need for the character. To change things, you just click them. So where you've got your XP here, you just click it and you change your XP. So let's take 1,000 XP off him. Let's bump him up a bit, and that just goes up. And if you're playing a connected game here, that will also be sent over to your GM. So the GM will automatically be in sync with you on that. And the same with the hit points. So you click on the hit points and you can change your kind of basic health stats there. So hit points, and let's take 20 off of him. So that will go down. And then you've got nice visuals as well. So once you get about halfway, changes colour. So you kind of know when people are about to drop down dead, etc. So that's
Never happens.
Yeah, and so that's pretty cool. And that's never happens. Yeah, Hognar's always dropping down dead. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Everything on this character sheet is clickable. So if you don't know what something is, you just click it. So if we go into the ability stats, you just click on strength, and it will tell you everything about that you need to know about this particular ability, and any kind of skills or whatever associated with this ability. And the same for your skills. If you're not quite sure what one of the skills are, and you get mixed up, say, between acrobatics and athletics, which some people do, you just click it, tells you what it is. It's a strength-based skill. You're proficient in it, and here's all the stuff. So you attempt to climb a sheer or slippery cliff, and it's got everything in there you need. And you can also buff these as well if a spell or something or some kind of ability causes you to buff these, you can do that. And you can roll these as well, which is what the roll check and roll saves are for. So that's kind of all your abilities and skills. If we go back over to the combat, and the same over here, so you've got your combat stats. These are pretty good, because if you click on the combat stats header, you can then go through to your trackers. Now the trackers are completely customizable, and you can add whatever ones you want in there. See, Hognar's got dragon slain that he's added in there because he likes to keep a tally on those. Yeah. And then you've got your character combat actions there for his equipment. So, if you go into the equipment, you can see he's got his Hazarorn there equipped, and that's kind of what it can do. Again, you can click it, go into the actions, and it gives you all the details about this particular sword in this case, or item, including any kind of base actions and attacks. So you've got everything you need in this character sheet here. You've also, if you click on the book, you've got some extra bits and pieces in here for like resting, for doing rolls, spell compendiums, and stuff like that. So there's lots of other bits and pieces in there. So that is everything to do with the character sheet. Obviously, if you're in a connected game, you would you can have things like your notes. So if you click on the notes, these are all the different notes that Hognar's received from me, or during our campaign, and you just click on these, and it will give you the information about these particular notes. And then if it's a GM message, you've got the GM message there, and the user then can just make their own little notes against that. So you've got the GM note that came from me, and then you can create your own little notes on there as well. So that's pretty good. Now, there's lots of other really interesting features when you're in a connected game, but we'll save that for another time. Is there anything any of you guys want to go over for the character sheet?
Well, not for me, but Andy, obviously as a druid, there's a lot of wild shape stuff.
Yeah, I mean, for the wild shapes, I don't know how most people keep track of them, but within the app itself, because you've got a character sheet, you can have a different character sheet for every single animal you can turn into, and it automatically calculates all of your change in stats. So your intelligence,
Wisdom and charisma.
that's the ones. Or the, yeah. Yeah, so it automatically calculates those on whichever animal shape you can turn into. And it's as easy as you just tap on the bottom button, pick which wild shape you want to turn into, and your character sheet automatically changes into that wild shape, which has all the actions, abilities, everything that animal can do, without having to try and find the right bit of paper for the right bit of animal.
And usually a particularly amusing image attached as well.
Yes.
Yeah, slightly sometimes, if I can find a decent one, that is.
So yeah, so that's kind of our character sheet in a nutshell. So if we now go back out, we're going to go back out to our main menu, and we'll have a little look at it was going to be a brief look because this is a huge topic, but the GM tools. So again, I'm going to go into the same data set. We'll go into the campaign. We won't bother with going into the editor today. Testing campaign. We'll pick some characters just to go in here. We'll pick Hognar for now. And you've got in here your NPC editor, so you can go through. Here we've got Robert the Robber and Fred the Strongman, and then you've got your campaign player. This is kind of where you build your campaigns up, so you can build them as a part of chapters, locations, and then areas. So this is one of the areas that we've been playing with. It's my debug window. I'll switch that off. So this is just one of the maps that Andy created for one of our games. And to create the areas, you literally just click on the book, add a new area, tell it where you want, click on the map where you want it to go, and that's it. Then you just go into that particular area by clicking it, and you get the whole area details popping up there. So this one, we've got the big bad lair. So we've got scene changes. We've
whole
got
different game.
Yes. We've got the story, the kind of the story stuff that you read out, and there's so many different components that you use to build these areas up, and you can use as many or as little as you want. So to change it or add anything, you literally click on the book, and these are all the different elements here of how you would create your area, and you just drag and drop them. So if I don't want that ability check, I can just get rid of that. Yeah, get rid of that, don't need that. And in here I've got a dragon, and I've got a trap trigger there, and I've got a few other bits and pieces. I've got an encounter, so we'll very quickly look at the encounter. So you build the encounter. If I reset it first because it's already been run, so let's get rid of that. Yeah, reset you. And we're going to go in and look at how we build the encounter. So it's very easy. You fill out the name, give it a bit of description if you want that, and then you build it up by just adding any particular monster that you want from your compendium, or an NPC, or you might have a random encounter you can chuck in there as well, which is sometimes very useful if you need something very quickly. To add a monster, you just click add monster. You got your compendium there, you just type in what you want or search for it, and then it just adds it in. So that's as easy as creating the encounter. You can associate some loot with it, so you click on the little treasure chest, and there's some loot that you're going to get from it if they succeed in the encounter. And then to run it, literally click the start button. It will then generate your encounter. So it's now going to go run an initiative for everyone in there. We'll auto roll for Hognar. And here we
It'll
go.
probably be a 1 or a 3, something quite low usually.
That's not bad. It's a 9. That's not bad for you.
That's actually pretty good for me.
It is.
That's the best you've had for a while.
Yeah.
So
Big and slow.
yeah, so this will now just produce to you all the different the monsters and bad guys that are part of this encounter. Over the right hand side, you can see on the bottom there we've got some reinforcements that will be coming in at a later round. So they're kind of there, ready and waiting. So you know they're coming. You don't have to have notes kicking around. It's all there for you. You click on the things you want. It always displays whose current turn is in the top right hand corner. You can click on the eye to get some more information, and you just use the arrows or your arrow keys to go down to the different.
What if I suddenly realise as a GM my party is getting damn close to a TPK because I've overestimated their abilities to use their characters well? Can I remove something so they don't appear in the 4th round? Can I?
You can, but generally if they're attacking you, a bit of realism, they would carry on attacking you. They might run away, but if they're beating you, I doubt they're going to run away.
It's more likely we'll run away.
Yeah, that's.
We're not smart enough to run away.
No.
No, very true.
But as we go down, you'll see when we get to round 2, we've got some reinforcements, and they've been added into the initiative tree there. So we've got the orc there, and orc 1 there, and the leader won't come till round 4. So we can go all the way down.
I cast Shield of Faith.
Yes, I bet you do. And then we get to round 4,
hit points, Justin.
and boom. Sorry.
Some of those have different hit points. Would you like to
They
say something
do.
about that?
Yes. When we created this encounter, we randomized it slightly. So if I come out of there, and we'll reset that again, and when we go and create this encounter, you'll see that the goblins, we're going to be creating between 8 and 15 goblins. It's going to be a random number, so we can go into there, we can change the entry, so it's between 8 and 15 goblins, but they're also going to have a slight random on their hit points. So they'll be all random between 7 and 9 hit points, which it kind of puts a stop to people that like to count hit points, which is kind of why I put it in there. So it just keeps your party on their toes. So not every single little goblin's the same. Some might be a little bit stronger, some might not be. Oh, there's my timer. I had a timer running. So that's why when we generate that, so I'm going to regenerate that again, and you'll see that all the goblins have a hit point between what was it, 7 and 9, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Some have got 8, some have got 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 7. Yeah. So they're all kind of randomized there, which is great. And it also makes my life easier by having to do that, so I don't have to keep track of any of that. Then you've got a loot system, so we'll go to distribute the loot. We'll say Hognar is going to be part of this loot, and there's that loot that we attached to that encounter. So 2 platinum, 2 gold, and they fight for it because if you're playing a network game, they would fight for that platinum and gold,
or Andy takes it first.
Yeah, or Andy takes almost all of it straight away because he's faster at clicking than we are.
I don't know if that's my phone going off.
It's not my fault. You just need to get
for a druid, he's got some roguish tendencies.
Yes.
Nimble fingers.
Yeah, there might be a small subclass in rogue coming
But
soon.
like who wants to be a millionaire? It's like fastest fingers first kind of thing. But yeah, that adds a bit of fun to it when you get a loot drop and they're like, oh, what's in it? Is there any magic? Is there a magic sword? Is there something or whatever? And sometimes sometimes you can have a separate loot drop. So you might also, so that's what happened as a part of the encounter, but sometimes they might need to do try and look around the room to find something. So I would just create that as a separate one, and if they don't bother looking for anything, they don't find it, which is quite good. So yeah, there's lots of stuff in it. I mean, here's a dragon, which there you go. There was a dragon for you. So that's a part of our sound library. You've got lots of different variants there, and you can play with the variants as well. So depending on which one you've got, it will randomize that particular dragon noise. So there's a growling one. I'll click it again. Got a different kind of growl. So it makes it a bit more random. And that's a very loud one. And Pete, would you like to just explain how we created the dragon?
Yeah, the dragons basically are some highly edited sound effects from yours truly, from myself, involving no form of alcohol whatsoever, just plain old throaty ability.
Down the
Truly
microphone.
Mongolian me.
Yeah. So,
we spent a little while with a friend with a microphone and getting as much voice depth as I could into it. So, artist and voice actor as well, apparently.
Yeah.
Summon your inner Smaug.
I did Smaug a lot, I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's lots of different things in there, from music tracks to the sound effect libraries that we've got there. You can control your lighting. Any kind of thing. Spotify list, Sirenscape. You can trigger some Sirenscape sounds if you want, if you use that, or you've got our own kind of moods there. But there's loads and loads of stuff here that you can throw in to build up your areas, from dropping in maps and stuff like that as well.
I was going to say, or from your own music on your device, whichever it is.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to use any library. You can use your own MP3s or WAV files or whatever other formats we support. There's quite a few of them. You can just drag them in.
OGG, WAV.
Yeah, that's it. OGGs. Yeah, so you've got all that. But one of the good things with using WAVs or OGGs is you can create loops. I don't think I've got any loops here. I don't know what these ones are. Let's have a look.
That was at the start of this, as we were running into this, before the voiceover came on. That was some tavern music rocking and rolling.
Yeah, that was one of ours that we created. The tavern music.
You might remember that if any of you come to see us at the Games Expos in 2018 or 19, we were generally quite often rocking out the tavern music.
We like the tavern music.
Yeah, 4 days straight.
4 days straight of tavern music is quite lulling. We were considering releasing it as an ASMR track, with just us, with the image of just us sipping some drinks whilst it plays.
That was the people that were around us.
Yes.
Yeah, poor buggers.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the last things that we will do is we'll show. We've got our special little fun things as well. So when there's a bad joke triggered, you can click.
Yes.
You can
Malcolm.
you can click the tumbleweed. This goes past.
Gets used way too much.
Yes. So this was created for one of our team members who unfortunately couldn't be here this evening.
Yeah.
He's our chief play tester and generally.
And the reason for creating these buttons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he is a vicious punster in our campaign. Has a bad joke for every occasion.
Yeah, encyclopedic knowledge of dad jokes.
Oh yes. If any of you, he's the source of most of our memes. If any of you are on our Discord channel, which we'll post links up to later, if we do regularly, you can come and chat to us on Discord. We have a section on memes, and Malcolm is our curator for that. He is quite prolific at finding the right humorous, terrible pun to throw out there.
Yeah,
most definitely. So I mean, that is really in a nutshell UGM. I mean, there's so many other functions and features and stuff kicking around there. But what I have done now, I've managed to put some of these images in while we've been chatting. So let's start with the first image. What have we got? Oh, we've got a dwarf picture. So Pete, do you wanna talk about that?
I'm just waiting for it to come up. Actually, there's a couple of seconds delay. There it is. It's not a dwarf. It's in fact.
Oh no, it's not, is it?
Yeah, how very dare you?
Sorry, I'm so used to you being dwarfs and things. Pete likes drawing dwarfs.
Wickward Togglehopper. He is a halfling with attitude, a halfling bard, no less. Because I couldn't spell barbarian, so halfling bard. And this is a very good example of one reward tier we have up in the Kickstarter starting next week, Tuesday, 4 p.m.
27th.
Yeah. Available on all big Kickstarter channels.
All the cool kids will be there.
We will, yes. There's an example of one of the character rewards we get. So obviously I did my own. I've got others for these guys. Been working on characters, and you would then, if for the reward, you would get in contact with me, and we'd have a little sit down face to face, or message to message, whichever you like, and talk to me about your character, and then give me a description, some idea about poses, and I would get on and make you your own original character design that no one else ever has.
Yeah, so that's cool.
For a very extraordinarily reasonable price, I have to say. If you check out the Kickstarter when it launches, you will see what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it as well, because it's as an artist, it's a pretty, it's a challenge. It's a really good challenge, you know. But it's something you don't often get. Is one after the other, different characters, different things to draw, different races, different aspects of certain races that people like to emphasise, and sort of. So it's a really massive challenge, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and it's good because it's something that people can get from the Kickstarter, which is great.
But this is true. I mean, if you get the reward level, you don't have to have it your own character. You give that to your other half, better half, to your neighbour, to your friend, to neighbour's cat if you like. I don't mind. Just tell me what you want as a character, and it'll happen.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. So now we've got this one. So Andy, this is one of yours.
Yep. Give us a second for it to load. Which one is it? Because I've got a slight delay on my end.
Oh, it's the cave.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is one that we started. It was in one of our campaigns, and for one of the levels on the Kickstarter, we're going to be giving out battle maps. So you'll be able to use them within the app to place miniatures on overlays, anything like that. One of many that we're going to be releasing with the Kickstarter, and over the next, well, depend on what level, depends on how long we're going to be doing them for, to be honest. But yeah, it's just use it with miniatures. You'll be able to have dynamic lighting add into it, and then it's going to be part of the next level of UGM coming to the next Kickstarter, hopefully.
Yeah, which is awesome. So let's move on to the next picture, which is a not the bird's eye one of the river, but the one looking at it from sort of 45 degrees on.
Yeah, this is just another battle map, but this one's based in a forest. So if you want a bandit encounter, you got it in the trees. Okay, you've got the river crossing with a small bridge. Yeah, it's going to be all editable, so you'll be able to do what you want with it in the future. But at the moment, just use it in your games as you see fit.
Yeah, and that's the same one, but the overhead one, the bird's eye view of it. And then finally, I've got a treasure chest, which is
these just small things for details to the website and for use. Well, if you've want to use an image for rewards, why not have a treasure chest?
Yeah, and also a bit of scene dressing for when you are creating your own maps and stuff. You can drop them in, which is quite cool. So yeah, there's some images and stuff that we've been working on, and a very quick demo of UGM. So yeah, the UGM is launching. Its Kickstarter is launching next Tuesday, 27th of July at 4 p.m. British summertime, and we're going to be around for throughout the whole thing. Anyone's got any questions, just fire them off to us. Join our Discord. We are always on our Discord. We like to live there. So anyone wants any questions answered or has a burning need to know something, just grab one of us on there, and we'll be around to answer anything you like. So I think that kind of wraps up our Meet the Team evening. I mean, hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll be doing some more live streams of UGM in use, as well as some we've got some videos that will be going up shortly over the next week, just before the Kickstarter. So yeah, thanks very much for joining us this evening. We hope you've enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. So from me, Justin.
From me, Stuart.
Me, Andy.
And from me, Peter.
Yeah. Oh, it's full of cheese. All cheese here. Yeah.
It's good night from me.
Yeah. So we'll see you again next time. So take care. All the best, and roll well.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.